Hey everyone, it's Sonia here. I've been doing these little daily updates since the COVID smote our family. You guys probably know by now. Aaron is today on day 11, which means he's out of quarantine, although he hasn't actually left the house.
Yeah. Oh well. Just an update on the old COVID contraction or Omicron or whatever they're calling it these days. Uh, I'm all better now, and I just sleep a lot. Like I call it the sleeping sickness. It makes me sleep a lot, which is kind of nice in the winter, but God knows what that's doing to me. Anyways, so I'm pretty good, and thanks for your prayers, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon.
Gunner's on day 10, which means that tomorrow he's a free man, and I'm on day 5 or 6. But as far as like the symptoms themselves were honestly, I've had worse things in my life. Let's put it that way. If you know what I mean. Yeah. So, I want to tell you guys about something totally unrelated to COVID or whatever, but one more thing on the COVID subject. Jana, my dear friend, she came over today and brought me some things that I needed. She didn't come in. She just dropped it at the door with the N95 on her face. And then like I had to open the door after she was gone. Bless her heart, Jana, you're a good friend and you're a good Christian. Thank you for being there for me. And look what she brought me. Nebulizer, which we didn't have, which I think is interesting because I do have a bit of a cough. Obviously it's not that bad, but see it's still there. Like my lungs feel kind of tight. Not as bad as whatever I had at the end of September, but I want to see if this helps to give me some relief. I'm gonna just experiment with that. See, I shouldn't have coughed. Now it triggered it. Thank you so much, Jana. I am gonna try this out to see if it helps my chest. Oh wait, here, look who's here. Come here. Look, it's my big Mo. You guys remember him? He's about as hairy as I am. Look at him. He's a big messy boy. He's a big mogwai. He's a good boy. He trusts me. He's a good boy. Big fierce munchkin, but he's a good boy. Look at him. He's such a mess. Can you believe this is a rabbit? Does that even look like a rabbit? Does that look like a normal rabbit to you? Don't look normal to me. Look at this. What is that? It looks like something from Whoville. That is not a normal rabbit. This is what I like about him. What a freak. Look at the giant dewlap. I love you, you big freak. When I show people a picture, they're like, what is that? They don't even know. My friend Jenny came over from Toronto. She took a picture and showed it to her boyfriend and asked him, what is that? And he wrote back, dog. Look, is this a dog? Does this look like a monster? Anyway, wait, let me just show you how big he is. Oh, he's a big boy. That's a big bunny. Isn't he? Ah! Don't bite me. I love you. Why are you biting me? Oh, you're a good boy. God's sweetest and gentlest creatures. They have nothing but love in their hearts. All right, so here's the thing. You guys have to see this thing. If you go on YouTube, and no, I'll leave you the link below. You go on YouTube and look up the dead internet theory. Gunner found this and made me watch it. I think this is the most mind-blowing, most truthful video that I've seen in a really long time. There's a lot of people on here to claim to be talking truth, and it's just more bullshit, honestly. There's a lot of blah blah going both directions, going in every direction. This was the first time I found somebody who, like, he really cut to the heart. Like, he really nailed it. Like, click on it, but I don't want to, like, make you watch his video here. Okay, so he's got this one. The channel is called All Time. I should subscribe. Why am I not subscribed? Oh, he's got all these videos about like Mandela effects and stuff. Okay.
Welcome to my.
But Mandela effect, whatever. I don't want, you know, whatever you're thinking about the Mandela effect, I don't want that to like prejudice you against what he did with this other topic here. Dead Internet Theory and Dead Internet Theory 2. It's gonna blow your mind. Probably won't get taken down because there's like a whole ton of views on it, and why would it? But I mean, when you watch the video, you'll see that actually it could get taken down because of the nature of what we're dealing with. Couple little things from there. I think it was in the second one that he talks about Google being like a Potemkin village. Like, it's not real. It looks like it's huge and you got billions of results, but actually if you just go through 25, you go through all the pages till you get to the end of the results, and it's 25 pages with 10 results per page, which means there's 250 results. So where's the other billion and whatever? And it says, well, they omitted some results. Okay, redo without omitting. Now you got 50 pages of 10 results. So you got 500 results. So out of the entire world, the Google supposedly connects us to like absolutely everything that's on the internet, right? So why are there only 500 results that you can get through your Google search, even when you include the like omitted results? That's kind of weird. Is it because they're omitting foreign languages? I don't think so, because even in English there should be more than 500, which would mean that Google doesn't actually, like, actually everything is not on there. And he was talking about link rot and how like all these old things that we used to access years ago, they've all disappeared like systematically, one after the other. It's absolutely true. I mean, you guys who were there in the 90s, early 2000s, you know that what we call the internet now, it's nothing like the internet that we had back in the day. So you go watch his video and see why he thinks this is happening. I think he's absolutely right. It's just mind-blowing. And another funny thing he brought up was the fact that originally it was DARPA that had this project. DARPA had a project which was called Life Log. And the goal of this was to basically track everything about a person. Everything they like, everyone they know, everything they do, everywhere they go, etc. And, you know, privacy advocates and those kind of people said, you can't do this. This isn't right. It's not legal. It's not ethical. And so they ended up dropping the project. But the day that the DARPA project closed was the day that Facebook opened. And they said, oh, it's just a coincidence. And it's a coincidence that some of the people who are working at DARPA went to work at Facebook. Wow. I did not know that. I mean, I knew there were some connections, but I didn't know it was like the day. The day they closed the DARPA project was the day they opened Facebook. Interesting. Interesting. So Facebook, it was meant to be like another MySpace, but clearly it always had this other purpose from the beginning. And so where we're at now basically is like you'll notice that there's certain issues online that everyone just keeps talking about. Like he brought up all the things like the super moon, the moon. Oh, all of a sudden, like you notice in your Facebook feed, it's always like, oh, we got this kind of moon today. We got that kind of moon next week. Or it's like, who cares? We never really worried about the moon before. We never really thought about it. But everybody's like, oh, cool. Share, share, share. And he says, you like animals? Well, something really horrible happened to one of them. Share, share, share. It's just like a lot of bullshit, right? But then other than that is the polarizing issues. And people really like, and you'll notice I never got into these issues because I always knew there was something was up. People take sides and they fiercely defend their point of view on this like super contentious, controversial issue, whatever it is. They've got to take their, you know, their position, and they feel like they're fighting the good fight by arguing with other people about it online. Like they're not actually doing anything about it in real life. they're not actually involved with this issue personally most of the time. A lot of these are like kind of issues that affect like a small number of people, or they're kind of really extreme, but they're sort of rare events or whatever. But people get like really up in arms about it. I'm telling you, 20 years ago, we never argued about this kind of stuff. Like, it just didn't happen. I'm not even going to name the issues, but you know what they are. Basically, things that cause moral outrage. I remember reading a long time ago that the number of clicks that your content will get is a direct function of how much moral outrage it creates in the viewer. The more moral outrage, the more it goes viral. But it's not just because actually people really like this and respond to it and share it. It's because the AI, that's what the AI is looking for. The AI favors content that creates moral outrage and pushes it up to the top of the pyramid. And the more that people engage with the content, react to it, comment on it, the more the AI loves that. And like, it just, you're helping the AI. The more you engage with moral outrage generating content, the more you're helping AI feed you and everyone else more of this stuff. And the purpose is not to actually like make the world a better place and do anything about these issues. Are you out there in the community doing something for these people? Whoever was concerned, are you doing anything? I mean, I'm not saying that like people don't do anything about social issues, but a lot of the time they're keyboard warriors. So what you're doing is you're not really helping to solve social issues and make the world a better place. You're helping to generate more moral outrage, to help the AI promote this. You're basically like fueling an epidemic of moral outrage, and the result of it is actually that people are just attacking each other. That's the real effect of it. That's the main thing that's come out of all this. It's just polarizing people. It's just making people get used to like being against each other instead of working together. We did not have this 10, 15, 20 years ago. The world just wasn't like that. I mean, yes, there's always been groups of people that fight and that hate each other, and there's always been assholes on the internet. But in general, moral outrage wasn't like a big daily topic that we fought about at every single occasion where we encountered other people. This is what AI is doing, and it's like through this online, through your engagement, through my engagement, through us engaging with it, we're fueling it, and it's destroying us. So as much as you will have the temptation to want to react, I would recommend that you don't react. Probably the best thing to do, like the guy who made these videos said, would be close your Facebook account. The problem is, it's like we've been herded and like corralled into this online world, which is destroying us. But as our outside world has changed, we've become dependent on that online world, as dysfunctional and destructive as it is. Like me right now, I'm in quarantine. The only place that I really am connecting with people is right here on YouTube and on Facebook. So it puts us in a bad position. But if you're going to be on there, I don't think it's realistic to tell people, like, everybody get off Facebook. They're not going to do it. It's like vegans telling everybody stop eating meat. It's not going to happen. But if you're going to be on there, at least know what you're dealing with. This is like evil AI. It's like the evil robots taking over to destroy humanity. Do not engage with it. Don't argue about those things. Just get the hell away from it. Just get away from it. Don't even go, oh yeah, but. I tried to tell somebody about this, and they're like, yeah, but this issue, but really, like, but do you think it's right that blah, 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 blah? You're doing it right now. You're engaging with it. It's not your fucking business. Drop it. Whatever that issue is, it can't be causing more damage than what the AI is doing, using you as a vehicle, using your moral outrage as a vehicle to promote this kind of division and destruction of society. That is much worse than whatever it is that a pet issue that you have right now that you want to talk about with somebody who doesn't want to hear about it. The act of fueling this is much worse. That's what I think. So whatever you do, don't get into it. It's a trap. It's the weapon. I don't think it's against the YouTube guidelines to even say that, though. Oh, that's another thing. I just watched the Joe Rogan interview. You know, the one. And that helped shed a lot of light on why the speech has been clamped down so much. It was like, originally it had to do with the whole election interference thing. And like actually laws were passed. And then that was just used to like expand and expand and expand until eventually you really can't say anything. I think it's only like what corporations say that's the truth now. Everything else, if it goes against basically the corporate viewpoint, then it's not considered valid or something like that. You know, don't quote me. Don't send me to the meat grinder. But yeah, it all started out with that. Something to do with like the whole Russian election interference thing. Anyway, go watch those 2 videos. But this is what really matters here. I feel like we've been in this like whirlwind. Everything is kind of just, it's like, what the hell? Like the world's just going crazy. And it's like, wow, reality check. Yeah, this is the offensive. This is what it is. So don't engage. I'm going to be on here. I'm dropping the bullshit. Not that I ever was a lot of bullshit, but I'm just going to give you some straight talk sometimes. Maybe not have any makeup on, and like I'm not doing the whole persona because that's all part of it, you know. I'm just here just talking to you. Whatever, it's not maybe good business, but I'm for the time being, like I'm just here talking to you as like my friends, my YouTube friends. Whoever's watching this, I consider you my YouTube friend, part of my community. A lot of you guys, I know your usernames. I recognize you. Like you mean something to me, even if I don't know what you look like. I do pray for you also. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an update, and I'll leave you the links for that. So check it out. And that's it. Yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.